Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Dr. Hines channel. I go by the name of Dr. Hines. Thank you so much for tuning in onto another episode of the Hines Report Case Files Edition. And on this channel, we deliver nothing but the sauce. That's what we do here. We whip up a lot of salsa. This is like that. We whip up some storm and deliver you nothing but the facts. Nothing but the facts is going to be relayed here. If you've been joining us for the previous streams where we have been going through the Jonathan Majors trial, I have covered that extensively on this channel. But for this specific episode or this series, so to speak, we go through the transcripts in regards to the testimonies. We went through Officer Swain's testimony. We went through Holly Blakey's testimony. You can find that on the replay on this channel. We also have other content to floating around on this channel, so make sure you go and check out this other content. The replay is on the live tab, and they're also sorted out in a neat little playlist for you, so make sure you go check that out. But yeah, we also have the content uploaded on the drhines.info website. It should be on your screen. But yeah, when we go through all of this, I give my reactions and my honest opinions in regards to what I'm reading on the transcript. And last episode, as we are recapping, since we're recapping, I should say, last episode or the last show, we went through Grace's testimony for this 2023 after an extensive look on the 6th of December, and there was a couple of things that really stuck out, and this was on the last episode specifically, was how the media were framing Grace's cross-examination, because there was not really a lot of info given in regards to the cross examination. Something is wrong. One second. I'm getting an error on YouTube. Sorry. Apparently I'm not receiving a lot of video. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my internet, but I'm getting errors. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what's going on your end. If you're having difficulties with the stream, let me know, because I'm getting an error message here from YouTube. But so let me know. Yeah, let me know if it's affecting you in the chat box on your end. But you're not receiving a lot of video, so I don't know what that means. This is probably the first time I've received such a message from YouTube, but yeah, it should be back now. Okay, so that was a bit of a really threw me off my flow there, YouTube. Thank you. I don't know what's going on there. In regards to YouTube, guys, I really don't know what's going on there, but nonetheless, it's all good here. Hey, okay, fair enough. Thank you, Eliza. Thank you so much. But yeah, for those that just jogged in, and before that whole, because I received an error from YouTube saying there was something wrong with the video quality, stream, etc. You guys might experience buffing, but anyway, I'm just gonna go back. So basically, on the last episode, we were talking about if you were not here or you did not catch the replay, just to give you a quick summary, we were talking about the media framing, because especially in regards to our cross examination, a lot of the information that was coming out in regards to her in regards to her running after Jonathan, we didn't see any claim of any reporting about that. She was just talking about the only time it was actually reported, it was reported to be framed as, oh, it was adrenaline, that's why she was running. And and they were characterizing it as because of the altercation in the car, that's why she had adrenaline, because she was having to defend herself, blah 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 blah. We saw the article, we went through the article, when all of these things, she was describing the club, not what was happening to the car, etc. She was describing the club. But when they got to the club, And when I think I was reading Variety, they were characterizing it as, okay, when they were in the club, she was not thinking about, cheating, etc. When in context, that had nothing to do with why she went to the club or anything like that. It had everything to do with the adrenaline and her not really and why she wasn't feeling any pain at that point. That's what they were talking about. But it was characterized um as if as if it was something to do with the running away or being at the club, trying to explain that away to the public. So fortunately, I do have an interview, not a live interview or anything like that. It's pre-recorded. It was recorded last year before, when this whole thing was going down. So it's a good memento in time. So that interview is with Megan Fox, not that Megan Fox that's with Machine Gun Kelly, but Megan Fox, an investigative journalist. She basically breaks down how this old media landscape works, and why people should take caution and really have be a lot more skeptical about what they read. So yeah, that's due to be on the channel on the 26th, on Friday. So yeah, watch out for that. But I'm just enough of the announcements and the recap aside. I'm just gonna go straight into the chat to see how you guys are doing. Eliza, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Um but yeah, so everyone that are not commenting or chatting, welcome to the stream. The lurkers, I should say. Lurk away. I hope you are here to I hope you do enjoy the stream, and I hope that you do get a lot of value from this stream. But if you do feel like you are receiving a lot of value from this stream, consider sending us a super chat, or if you're watching on replay, super thanks. And yeah, it will really help support this channel. But most importantly, hit that like button, hit that share button, let your friends know about this stream. It will really help out with the YouTube algorithm, and of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. So let's go into the testimony of Grace Jabbari with the recap now over. I'm going to take you through at least because we stopped on page 359. I'm just gonna go through page 357 for a refresher. So the recap is not technically not over. So it says here, this is page 356, the last few lines. It says, do you recall which side you got in, which side of the car you got in? No. And where did you sit for car 3? Yeah, I don't have a clear memory of this bit. It was after kind of that final running out of the car and then moving around. My head was thinking, yeah, I want this to be over. He was saying he was going to the hotel. Yeah, we decided not to keep doing this, so I was distracted with the thought of the next step. So just to give you the context, the broader context here, she had no problem remembering everything that was happening for car 1, car 2, no problem. But for car 3, for some reason, she doesn't really remember the course of events. This was we saw provably for car 2 and car 3. Most of this is just the events surrounding. We saw provably that and I'm going to share this tab. We saw provably that Grace was absolutely holding Jonathan back. Wait, nope, I've gone too far. This was car, I believe this is car 3. This is car 3. This is what it's being referred to as car 3. This was car 2. This was Grace holding on to him in car 2 and won't let him go. He's trying to get away, etc. Grace follows him, and this is car 3. This is when he goes back again. I believe what's happening here is that he is trying his best to like negotiate something and try to talk to her, but he doesn't want to talk about this. Don't know why, but it could be not wanting it to escalate because he knows how she is, etc. But the most important part here is they have witnesses, and even with these witnesses here, she still is quite abrasive, I should say, or aggressive. Jonathan gets out of the car on the left-hand side and leaves. And this is where Grace was being very coy, and that was car free. So this is him leaving. This is car free. The previous one that we watched was car two, where Grace was holding on to his coat and basically ripped it off. So I'm gonna go right back into the transcript. It says, when you say you wanted it to be over, what do you mean? This kind of chasing around, like asking to see the phone. Who was chasing whom? We were just both running over Manhattan at some point, as we saw. So I just wanted it all to be over. There was these lovely people there. I just felt safe with them. So just thought, yeah, let's breathe. So was Miss Midgets chasing you that night? No. So you could exhibit 1.5 million for, of course, you know, minimization, because that's what she did here. She could have easily said I was chasing him, etc., etc. But no, she said we were running. But it was evident through everything that Majors was not even going after her. It was her going after him. So we just gonna go straight into not car. We're gonna go straight into the cross-exam testimony on page 359 with the refresher now over. Okay, let's go. Yeah. So he says you don't know if you left the car first or Mr. Majors left the car first. Yes, I don't know. So you could have left the car. Speculation. Likely. So, yeah, and that was sustained. That was likely speculation. Do you remember that happened during car free? Asked and answered. For those wondering what happened during car free, this was right here. It's right here. And and this was when Jonathan had ripped off the no, not Jonathan, sorry, when Grace had ripped off Jonathan's thing. So again, he's just being quizzed here in regards to whether she remembers what happened in car free. So it says, do you remember what happened in car free? And he was asked and answered. So that was even objected to. So didn't we need to go through all of that? Where was everyone else? Chloe, Shams, Max, and our driver, the driver. Where was he? Where were these people during car free? If that means like kind of end of Jonathan left, yes, to go to the hotel, they were all in proximity. They were around the car, I believe. Were the doors open or shut? I wouldn't say. I don't know. The cameras suggest it was actually open. Did you see how Mr. Majors left the car? I don't recall. Funny that. Well, you just said Mr. Majors left to go to the hotel. What made you think he was going to a hotel? Is what he said. And did he say that before? And did he say that before he left the car? I don't recall. Did anyone else get into the car with you and Mr. Majors during car free? I don't recall. I remember potentially Shams at one point. Shams was around the car, just making sure I was okay, just like that. Makes sense why Danny and Katt on stream were saying that they were quite surprised that Shams wasn't called as a witness, but Max was, which is really interesting. It's really interesting. Prosecution didn't call Shams as a witness, just for throw it in there. After car free, you did get out of the car, right? I mean, do you remember getting out of the car? I recall being outside of the car. Yeah. Why did you go immediately after you got out of the car? We stood around for a little while. How long? Was it more than 2 minutes? Objection sustained. Speculation most likely. Where did you stand? On the sidewalk, I believe. And who was there? Chloe, Shams, and Max, and the driver. Was the driver with you the whole time that you were standing with Chloe, Shams, and Max? He was staying at with his car So at any point, did the driver leave first, or did you leave first? When you were on the side, I don't recall. I don't know. Did you throw anything on the ground while you were standing on the sidewalk after car free? I don't recall. When you say you don't recall, are you saying you didn't do that, or sustain speculation, of course? Ms. Jabbari, after car free, you said you got into a taxi with Chloe, Shams, and Max and went to a bar. Is that right? Yes. What is the name of the bar? I now know it to be Lucy's. Is Lucy's a nightclub? I believe so. Did you pay to get in? No. Okay. Again with the okay. I don't know why I'm receiving this message again. All right. So guys, if you're receiving any ten- technicals, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, um, you could be going through technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on, but let me know if there's anything in the chat. Let me know if there's anything going on, with your streaming or experience or anything like that, because I'm receiving error messages here. But again, don't forget to hit that like button as well as that subscribe button. We're gonna go right back into reading this. Um, did you pay to get in? No. When you were in, did anyone pay you to get in? Oh, sorry. When you were in, did anyone pay for you to get in? I believe we just walked straight in. Yeah, I think. Yeah, must be ladies' night or something like that. I don't know. How did you enter Lucy's? By foot. How do you get into a nightclub from the street? Can you describe? You just walk in through the streets, through the door, and then where did you go? Into the club. It's on street level. No, I think there could have been some stairs. I don't exactly recall. All right. Do you remember if you went up the stairs or down the stairs? Down there. Objection, relevance of road. As I said, I wouldn't want to say for sure. I want to make sure I say exactly what I know. So you don't know whether you took the stairs to get in or out. I asked and answered, not really. Not really. In all fairness, this line of questioning is actually pretty good, because if she doesn't know or can't recall the details like this, that means she most likely was drunk at this point. That's what he's suggesting, in my honest opinion. Moving on. At the club, you said that you had done some shots. Where did you go to? Where did you do the shots? And by shots, are we talking about shots of alcohol? If we could break that up for the judge, yes. Just to be clear, I'm asking, when you said before the, that you did shots at the club, were you referring to shots of alcohol? Yes. And where did you do the shot of alcohol? I believe at the bar. Anywhere else? I don't think so, but I would have a good memory. I would have to have my memory, what's the word, refreshed. What was the alcohol you were doing a shot of? I believe it was tequila. And how many shots of tequila did you do at the bar? I think one or two. Again, I would have to have my memory refreshed. Do you have any line with your short? Sorry, I would have to have my memory refreshed. You went to you said you think you did this shot. You know you did some shots at the bar, but you may have done shots somewhere else, right? It would be at the bar or the area that they had reserved. I think it was probably at the bar. But again, as I said, I would have to have my memory refreshed. When you say area reserved, that was the birthday party that Chloe, Shams, and Max were going to, right? Correct. And they had a bunch of friends at the seated area next to the DJ booth. Is that right? Yes. And they had their own alcohol. These friends who were having the party at their bar area, right? Yeah, I believe so. And they were doing shots in that area also. Objection, relevance sustained. But that's yeah, it doesn't matter what the friends were doing, to be honest. But that's why you may have had additional shots. Is that what you're referring to? I believe if it was to have additional shots, it would have been either at the bar or at that area. Did you hold hands with anyone at the club? Chloe, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Did you dance while holding hands with anyone at the club? I don't recall. Were you were you twirled by anyone on the dance floor at the club? Possibly. Were you smoking at the club? Objection. Smoking what? Were you smoking anything? Is smoking allowed in the club? I don't know. I don't recall at all. Um, were you smoking at the club? I don't recall. Were you vaping at the club? I think Chloe had a little vape, yes. Were you vaping at the club? Objection as to representation, overruled. Potentially, I would have to have my memory refreshed. Did you pass a note to the DJ at the club? I don't recall doing that. This is not good because you're on camera doing this. But this is moving on. Did you request any songs from the DJ? I don't recall doing that. No. So what? This is interesting. Sidebar, sidebar, sidebar. This is very interesting because what Priya has done here is basically kind of establish that it's kind of established that in the club she was having a lot of movement, and when she keeps answering with "I don't know, I don't know, I don't recall this and that," is gonna leave in the minds of the jury that this witness was too drunk to actually know what was happening before and during, before going to the club. The fact that she can't remember the stairs, now compounded with the fact that she can't remember what she had to drink. Sorry, not what she had to drink. Sorry, that she can't remember the you know, uh, being with a DJ, all those things when she was seen on camera doing this. It's not gonna leave a favorable impression for them. That's what I'm gathering from this line of questioning. Okay, we're gonna jump right back into the cross exam. Um, did you ever hit your head at a club? No. Now, this is because she does. She does. This is what people were referring to in regards to the hitting of the head, like running into a wall. I believe I believe this was it. I'm not too sure if it was an actual brick wall or the wall of the DJ booth. But I do remember the DJ part. You know, being at the DJ booth and hitting um the booth. Were you swaying from the amount of alcohol you drank? Objection, speculation, sustain, most likely speculation. I don't know. Like, they gotta say these objections because I'm just guessing that the judge is guessing at this point. I'm just saying sustain. I'll guess your objection anyway. At any point were you swaying your body at a club? Objection overruled. Most likely irrelevance. I mean, I was dancing, so if that is swaying, then potentially would that be on the dance floor that you were dancing? Yes, kind of the whole thing is a dance floor. What about the hostess stand? Were you dancing at the hostess stand? I'm not sure what the hostess stand is. After you left the dance floor on the way out, were you dancing? No, there was no music on, so I don't know. I would have to have my memory refreshed. Did you bump into any wolves at the club? Okay, this is probably the wolves that you're talking about. So she not only bumped her head, but this is coming up. Not that I recall. No. Did you hug anyone at the club? Yes. Who did you hug? I remember hugging Chloe. Anything else? Possibly maybe Shams and Max. I imagine at some point when did you hug Chloe at the club? I definitely hugged her when I was saying goodbye. Potentially other moments. Some of the moments I was getting quite upset still, and I would have a little cry, and she would give me a hug. Things like that. The goodbye hug with Chloe. How long was that? Relevance overruled. I don't know the exact amount of time was. Was it a quick hug or a long hug? Medium. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Sorry again. I will have to look at I have my memory fresh and tell you exactly. And did it hurt your body when you hug Chloe? Good. Did it hurt your body when you hug Chloe goodbye? I was thinking more of gratitude. She saved me in my mood and heart. A hug complete guard. So, but did it hurt you? Yeah. Were you feeling pain when you were hugging Chloe goodbye? That should have been objection non-responsive and get a judge to actually make an answer. I wasn't thinking about it. If I was, well, you should have. In my opinion, you should have. You should have been, because you were anyway. Never mind. Adrenaline. So let's just go with adrenaline. And is the answer no? You were not feeling pain. As I said, I was feeling pain. As I said, I was feeling pain everywhere, but I was choosing to ignore it just for get myself in a mentally happier spot. Right. That's what you were doing. Okay, moving on. Okay. Do you recall any specific pain you were feeling when you hugged Chloe? No, a general sense of pain, headache, heady. You said you left the club by taking a taxi. Is that right? Yes. What kind of taxi did you take out of the club? A yellow cab. What kind of vehicle was it? Objections, relevance, that's sustained. And the relevance for the previous one was for the previous objection, which was in regards to the hug. if that was sustained by the judge, it would have, I believe that would have been really good grounds, because those questions for appeal anyway, abuse of discretion, because you can't object to, like, um I'm looking at it, and I'm like, are they objected to that? Are they sustained that one? Those questions would not come in regards to the pain, etc., which would have been a mighty hurdle. Don't know why I went there. How did you open the door that you took away from the club using a door handle? Can you tell us that the way that the door opens, like a handle on a car, like a sedan? Objection, excuse me. Just move on. Can you describe the movement of the door to open the door? Yes, like a door handle, like that. Like you just pull and open. So you pull towards yourself. Yes, and the door swung open. Yes, and then you got in. Yes, and then you shut the door behind you. I believe so. Yes. Just to be clear, the door opened the same way that the door of for the car you've been all night opened. Yeah. Objection to form. I mean, it's I don't see why this one even. I don't know. I don't see why this one would be sustained. I think it's pretty relevant to ask these questions in regards to. Oh, but then again, it could be formed because it's not the same car technically. So yeah, So it's characterization. Anyway, moving on. Miss Jabbari, just to make sure I understand, did you swing the door open of the car to get in? Asked and answered. Did you open the door of asked and answered? Wait, no, okay. So the previous one was sustained. This one wasn't. It says, did you open the door of the cab with your right or left hand? I don't recall. I don't recall exactly what hand I used to open the door. Surely you would know your dominant hand. Is she ambidextrous or something? Anyway, moving on. At this time, we would like to show into evidence defense exhibit 201. Just require a second while my associate gets comes to the computer. Is that a compilation video? It is. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just saying. After asking a question, it says, ladies and gentlemen, while that's being set up, again, this is a compilation video. This is just like People's Number 5, and this compilation video is put together by the defense, is to help you, the jury, work your way through the video surveillance. Additionally, any of the markings that you see or any of the captions, obviously they are not evidence. They again are just there to help you in your view of the footage. Ms. Jabbari, before we start this video, can the jury see? Before we start the video, Ms. Jabbari, do you recall me asking you about at dinner whether as you were leaving and Miss Majors went to the bathroom, whether you went back and finished off one of the drinks and stashed the glass? Do you remember that? I remember you asking me that. Yes. So Danny wasn't in court today. On this day, by the way. So this was when Jimmy was in court. Sidebar. Damn it, forgot to do it. This was when Jimmy was in court. What's important here is this video does exist, and they're going to show it. I really want the defense. I really want them to release these compilation videos like the prosecution had released, because it'll be so helpful to literally go through all of this and see it for our eyes, the case that the defense had put on. Right, going back to the cross-examination, it goes and say, which establishment is this? This is Walters, where they had a dinner before they got into a car. That was car one. That is the restaurant Walters, right? Yes. And the district attorney showed you this compilation and showed you leaving with Mr. Majors after he got out. That objection to work on. I don't know why you object to that, but anyway. So judge says use your compilation and ask question about it. So just instructing Priya what to do. That's Mr. Majors walking at the bottom, correct? And now he's got a hat. Objection, judge, let her answer. Most likely the objection here was compound, because that was actually two questions in one. Ms. Jabbari, if you could answer the question. I didn't hear what you said. All right. That's Mr. Majors that we just saw in the video, leaving a table with you and going to the bathroom, right? Yes. And you are in this video at your table. Sir, if you could please point to the screen. Is that mouse over you? Yes. Great. And that is the table where you are having drinks, correct? Yes. and you had 2 margaritas that night, right? I believe so. At this establishment, yes. If we could put the time on the screen, uh, okay, Ms. Jabari, Mr. Majors just went to the back room, correct? That's what we just saw. I believe so, yes. And that's you walking towards the bathroom. Is that right? Yes. And you were holding your coat on your in your left hand. Is that right? Yes. Okay, so they keep going. Stopped at 21 seconds and stopped at 28 seconds. So it says, Ms. Jabari, that's you walking back to your table where you had dinner, correct? Correct. Ms. Jabari, that's you picking up one of the margaritas that was left on the table, right? It is, yes. And you're taking a sip there? Yes. Sidebar. Right. So notice yesterday when we are going through the Variety article and most of the articles that was reporting in regards to the BBC, all those things, they don't know this. We would never like. Why don't they know that Grace was pretty much not only drinking with Jonathan, but away from his presence? Like in terms of, she, by the way, she testifies that she was drinking with Jonathan. That's why I said what I said on the 6th of December. She testified that she was drinking with Jonathan. Now, it turns out, at least based on what I'm seeing unfold here, it turns out that Jonathan may or may not have been happy with her drinking, because I don't know why you would have to wait to for someone to go to the bathroom for you to drink. Like, they were leaving and it was, anyway. But it must but at least for fairness, just to be fair, I must note that the drink, it wasn't as if she ordered the drink and put it there, for example. If this was someone else's drink, that's sus. I'm sorry, that's just skanky as hell. If this was someone else's drink, not her drink, that's skanky as hell. That she's taking someone else, you know what I mean? But I'll give it a benefit of doubt. It's most likely her drink. And I don't know if she ordered it and then it came when Jonathan was away. And then if she's drinking it quickly, then maybe you can say that's a problem. That's an issue. Like, you order these drinks, it's like you timed it so that he has to go away. I don't know. But from what I'm gathering here is because it seems like she is trying her best to hide her drinks and not make it known that she's drinking on camera. That's what it seems. I haven't seen it because the defense hasn't released this, but Grace has acknowledged its existence. So we're gonna return to the cross examination. So they're playing here. Ms. Jabari, that is you? That is you holding the margarita and walking back towards where Mr. Majors is in the bathroom, right? Yes. And you're drinking the margarita there? I am, yes. Please play. 152 says you just placed that glass on the little shelf on the left, right? I did, yes. Why would you place it on the shelf? Ms. Jabari, this is the sort of the end of car one, correct? I believe so, yes. Why would you place it on the shelf? That's weird. Why would you place it on? Anyway, moving on. And this is what the people and you talked about on your direct exam, right? This video, you've seen this video before. Yes? Ms. Jabari, you had testified previously that the car had pulled up either on the sidewalk or near the sidewalk. Is that right? I believe that's what I thought, yes. It's actually in the third lane from the right. Is that correct? Yes. And there is a moving car that is stopped on the right of the car, correct? A stop car, yes. You are exactly right, but a car that is on the right. I believe so, yes. And it was moving before it stopped, is that right? I believe so, yes. And in the video, if we could look at on the lane on the other side of the double yellow line, you see 3 rows of traffic, correct? 2, I see, but perhaps I'm wrong. And the headlights are on the cars that are oncoming, correct? I believe so, yes. And what we just saw, what we're about to see, is that light had changed for those cars and they're moving now, correct? Objection as to those? What? Why would you sustain that? All right, we just okay. We have to play. We could go back. So you just saw those cars move in towards the direction, in the direction towards you on the left, correct? The oncoming, correct? I could see that they are stopped right now. Yes, but I believe at one point they will move. I'm sure. If you could just watch the cars moving on the left, when we hit play, yes, okay, the cars are moving, correct? Yes, and the cars are moving while Mr. Major escorts you to the sidewalk, correct? Yes. Stopped at 158, and we saw 3 lanes of cars moving in oncoming traffic when Mr. Majors escort you to the sidewalk. Yes, yes. Sorry, I just need a minute. Let me just quickly go to this so that you can see for yourself. Uh, so this is the oncoming. The way she's presenting it, the way Priya is presenting it, you would believe that because the oncoming is coming in this way, you would believe that it's this way, but no, Majors actually go this way. I believe Priya is trying to show there is danger, but um, maybe it would unfold why she went here. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it would unfold because it's not like Grace was on this side. If she was on this side, I would completely understand, but she was on this side, so I'm a bit. Let me know in the chat what you think about this line of questioning. Let me know what you think, or why Prayer was actually going down this line of questioning. But you know um I'm a bit stumped, but maybe more will unfold. Your Honor, could we take a break? No, it's all right. No, it's all right. He just shut that down. Ms. Jabari, do you need a break or do you want to keep going? I just need 1 second. Sorry. Do you need to step outside for a second? I think I'll be okay. Can we approach? I'll step out for a second. Absolutely. So they're on a little recess, and I'm just gonna take this opportunity to sidebar. Let me know how you're feeling in the chat. Make sure that you hit that like button, hit that share button. Let other people know about this stream, because and we are on part 11 of the transcript read of the Jonathan Majors trial. We are looking at events that occurred on the 7th of December 2022. If you remember from the live compilation, well, not compilation series, but for a lack of better words, compilation that I was doing with Danny, who was in court regularly. She wasn't here on this day, so it's really good to have that full rundown. Jimmy was there, and Jimmy did provide a lot of info through Katt. Shout out to Katt. But so again, we are going through the transcript for the 7th of December. If you believe that you're receiving any value, then consider giving a super thanks or a super chat. It will really, your contribution will really help this channel in terms of the financial side, and help us keep us running. We also have memberships on the channel where you can get awesome perks like the ketchup bottle here and the detective agent. Like when you're on the ball, you can use this to demonstrate that, as well as the Heinz bomb when you have seen some bombshell drop. So you can have those little perks, those little emojis to play around with on stream. You can sign up for as little as 99 pence in the UK, but it would translate automatically to the currency relevant for your country. And of course, any member at any tier gets early access to new content. You get early access to new content if you are a member of the channel. You can also upgrade your membership to the next tier, which is the Heinz Hall, where you get bonus exclusive access for as little as $4.99 a month. It will really again help with the financial upkeep of the channel. So if you do like the value that, if you do like the work that we do here, consider supporting the channel in any way you can. Super thanks, super chat, any way you can, it will really help massively. But of course, make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It goes without saying. Thank you so much for all my recent subscribers, all the people that are hitting that like button. Thank you so much for your support. Solo Dove, welcome back. Thank you for this chat. It says, wonder if they were setting up, she was drunk and unaware of what was happening outside of the argument over the phone. Huh, that's interesting. I did not consider that. That could be likely. That could be likely. That could be the case. Maybe yeah, I mean, it could be the case. But you still have, if she went on the other side, let's say she went on the other side, right? And she was trying to go out on the other side, and Jonathan was dragging her back in, and Jonathan was trying to get out, and you saw that. That's a different story. You see what I mean? That's a different story. But we saw Jonathan leave, and then Grace followed. So it's not, anyway, I appreciate that. That's a different perspective. I do think, yeah, maybe, yeah, actually, yeah, let me go back, actually. Considering that they were here and she was here, maybe you can make that argument. Yes, I think you can likely make that argument. Not this one. Okay, so they got out of the car. Okay, so because she was here, maybe you can make that argument. The car, but it's important to know that the cars are not really moving at this point. Okay, they are moving. Okay, they are moving. But again, like I said, if she was on this side, on the other side, sorry, it would make sense. It will make sense.